As time passes, legends keep evolving. Just like this story, years in the making and more powerful than ever.
Celebrating Casillero del Diablo and Manchester United.
Forever legendary.
15 years united.
The clothing industry is responsible for 10% of carbon emissions annually. Athletic wear is commonly made with polyester and spandex, which emit the most carbon out of every fabric. So what if there was a way to reduce the use of these materials, while also reversing the damage they've done? Adidas presents Champions of Change, athletic wear that absorbs carbon from the air. So instead of putting carbon into the atmosphere, we're taking it out. In 2022, researchers at North Carolina State University combined cotton and carbonic anhydrase to create fabric that filters carbon from the air. A lab in Hong Kong found that each piece of clothing draws in a little under half the amount of carbon that a tree does in a day. We turned this into the athletic clothing line C². Carbon can be washed from the fabric where it's turned into a harmless chemical compound, sodium bicarbonate. To get runners actively involved, Adidas will hold the Champions of Change Marathon, the first marathon to be measured not by time, but by amount of carbon captured. The winner's total amount of carbon will be displayed at the finish line. To allow runners to track their carbon, Adidas will partner with the top running app Strava, allowing its millions of runners to track their amount of carbon captured, so they can reverse climate change without changing their routines. Adidas will make posters with the same carbon capture fabric, reading, "Athletic wear puts carbon into the atmosphere, ours takes it out," and so does this billboard. To further the global effort, Adidas will support athletes in developing countries with high pollution levels by sending them C² clothing. Adidas will follow their journeys in the documentary series Changing the Pace. Now runners around the world can help clean their air. Reducing pollution isn't enough anymore. It's time we actively reverse the damage it's done. Our competitors just do it. We undid it.
We all have our guilty pleasures. Fast food, fast content, fast cars. The list goes on. Fast tech is no different. Tech companies are always tempting you with the latest upgrade, convincing you that newer is always better. But all these quick fixes aren't doing us or the planet any favors. E-waste generation is expected to exceed 80 million metric tons by 2030. Okay, let's be honest, companies love to remind you how much you're destroying the planet. Take a look in that storage closet. Odds are you've got an old laptop, iPhone, camera, or gaming console just collecting dust. Not because it's broken, just because you upgraded. It probably works just fine. At Back Market, we believe in giving tech a second life. That's why this Earth Month, from April 15th to May 15th, we're teaming up with the Arbor Day Foundation, a global nonprofit dedicated to planting trees around the world to fight fast tech and promote sustainability. Here's how it works. In major cities, Back Market stations will accept in-person trade-ins for recycling. For every device traded in, we'll plant one tree. Customers simply scan a QR code, fill out a quick form, and can name their tree. As a thank you, their contribution will be celebrated on a live billboard in the city where they donated, because helping the planet deserves some recognition. Social media users can share their contributions, proving that sustainability is something to brag about. This Earth Day, let's give back and grow forward with Back Market.
What's up?
Whether it's missing a handshake or your drunk uncle fighting everyone at Thanksgiving, awkward tension is inevitable. When it occurs, suddenly we are desperate to be meteorologists and check the weather app to ease the tension. With Duolingo, you have the power to turn awkward moments into productive ones. Introducing Make It Stop by Duolingo. Our plan is to create awkward tension by putting on a stunt at one of the best restaurants in NYC. We are going to send a couple to infiltrate this restaurant and make everyone there cringe with their PDA. Insufferable personalities, and excessive use of pet names like Kitten and Sugar Bear. After the tension in the room starts to build, a message will be airdropped to the patrons saying, "You didn't come here to watch people play tonsil hockey. Make it stop." The link will prompt patrons to translate the phrase "make it stop." Put an end to that public makeout session in a language of their choosing. When completed, our actors will leave the restaurant, and for your amusement, reactions from the stunt will be captured by hidden cameras and shared on social media. Next up, in Times Square, we're going to put up billboards of people clipping their toenails in public to make you physically recoil as you walk by. The board will prompt passersby to complete a mini lesson through the interactive touch screen. When finished, the man in the image will put the clippers and his toes away. Life is full of awkward tension, so next time you feel like opening up the weather app, open up Duolingo instead.
In a world where brands like Coca-Cola connect with billions globally, creating quality content at scale while following traditional brand guidelines can be a huge challenge. AI promises a new way to solve it.
Using AI at scale is a lot about anticipating the design system accurately. A lot of the machines have trouble actually reading brand guidelines because they're written for humans.
Introducing Project Vision, powered by Adobe Firefly services and custom models.
It's like an agent that follows the human during the design process, anticipates automatically what the association between elements, graphics, and logos, and then saves that into what we call Style ID that is natively embedded into any of the Adobe Creative Cloud products.
The beauty of this solution is it seamlessly integrates into our design workflow. It empowers us to transform design systems into intelligent style IDs. We as designers remain in control, refining the visual identity with precision without ever leaving the tools we trust.
You can create on-brand artboards at scale with the click of a button. The key things here is you don't have to do anything one by one anymore.
Creatives finally have a way to work at the pace of their imagination without stopping to check brand guidelines. And with intelligent updates, introducing a new element automatically adjusts all assets across a campaign, applying the design system accurately.
All of the assets are there, all the guidelines, everything is baked into it, and we're all producing stuff that we know is going to be consistent and on brand.
This platform allows designers to lead with creativity while AI drives quality at scale. It proves that creative freedom and brand governance can work hand in hand from the first idea to thousands of assets.
Oh no! Venom is on the loose! It's time to swing into action with the new Spider-Man Real Web's Ultimate Web Blaster. The latest web tech allows you to capture bad guys by firing off awesome webs or blast them with water. When you need to save the day, take your best shot. Shoot webs or water with the 2-in-1 power of the Spider-Man Real Web's Ultimate Web Blaster. That was a close one. Imagine harnessing the power of Spider-Man with the new Spider-Man Real Web's Ultimate Web Blaster. Mask and figures each sold separately.
You sure we're doing these new hit tickets right, Tracy? It seems like there's too many great prizes.
Boss says add more $500 prizes. That's what we do.
Not just 500s, it's $50 prizes, $100 prizes, and $250 prizes, too. Working on these all day gets you thinking. Are these tickets too good?
Just keep hitting them, Danny. Don't ask questions.
The new hit scratch tickets are loaded with $50, $100, $250, and $500 prizes and a second chance to win.
Ooh. Crispy. Lotta. Yum. Spicy. The new Pimento Crunch Witch and the Big and Golden. Sounds good, doesn't it? Golden chick.
Every child deserves a high-quality education. That starts with teachers.
I don't believe that our teachers are happy
because they're overworked and aren't paid enough for what they do.
I feel my teachers seem happy, but at the end of the day, sometimes they're probably stressed or tired.
They ask us to come ready to learn, but teachers sometimes aren't ready to teach. They're too drained from their second job.
As a teacher, burnout is real.
And I think without raising teachers' pay, nothing is going to change.
I feel teachers need more resources than they have because they need help. It's a lot of kids in the CCSD district.
They make the best out of what they have, and it's hard for them to teach when they don't have proper materials. Like, it's hard for us to learn without proper materials.
Oftentimes, we give from our own pockets to support our students.
It takes a special person to be a teacher. And when people say that, oh, like teachers have it easy or they don't deserve a pay raise, it baffles me because teachers are the people that form the adults that are coming into society.
They teach us about respect, how to work with others in the career fields.
They're the forefront in the base camp for all engineers, mechanics, pilots, in every career base, which is why I have a hard time understanding why they aren't properly compensated. I don't know a teacher that teaches because they have to. I only know teachers that teach because they want to, and they put their all into educating students.
90% of teachers spend 3 to 5 hours after school working on schoolwork. They stay after school, they come over on weekends. They put a lot of extra time and extra energy into their job. So it's not like when they come to school, that's the only time they're a teacher.
More and more every day, teachers are walking away from the education field because they just can't afford it.
They have to work maybe multiple jobs because their salaries don't cover a normal lifestyle. And I think that raising teachers' pay would help immensely with that problem.
If I was paid more as a teacher, I definitely could see myself providing more resources for my students. And oftentimes, I would love to do more when I see there's a need, but I just can't because the compensation is not there.
Raising teacher pay impacts all of our futures.
Reimagine education.
Join our movement. Support our teachers.
We all have secrets to keep, and restaurants are no exception.